Good day fellas, I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with a challenger, and lucky for us we have a first matchmaking Prokhorovka. Tier 8, Tier 6 matchmaking, this is very big luck. So, what kind of gun are we using on this tank and what kind of gun we have? We have a 94mm gun, 280 alpha damage, 220mm of penetration and 880 shell velocity, and with a gold we have 280 alpha damage, 250mm of penetration, which is very nice, and we have 1100 meters shell velocity, which is absolutely amazing if you would ask me, and for a tier 7 it's not bad whatsoever. Plus on top of that, another worthy thing to highlight, my friends, this tank has turret. And I can tell you one thing, fellas, turret is very beneficial thing for the tank destroyer, okay? I can promise you that having turret, you are feeling so much better. And in this kind of situation, we had two options how to play this game. Option number one was to pretty much play the game safe in a way, night, and to go and snipe, which we are doing now, by the way. And option number two would be to be a bit more aggressive and play in the middle. I decided to go for a safer option, and I want to believe the safer option is going to pay off for us. And as you can see, we are getting a lot of assisting damage, and we are doing damage as well, which is quite nice if you would ask me. Such a beautiful start for a game. Okay, enemy heavy tank was super involved. He decided to make a hardcore pressure, and it definitely did not pay off for him. So hashtag never lucky. But don't worry, he's going to learn his lesson, and he is going to be a bit more patient. Meanwhile, there is Student Emil who is saying, can I have a banana? Selling bananas, 700 bucks. Greetings. It took some time until I noticed his message, but it wasn't intentional, it's just how it goes, right? Oh, E25 decided to be aggressive. He will regret his life choices, I can promise you that. Also, one thing I almost forgot to highlight, you are not fully rotating your turret. Yes, you have turret, but you are not fully rotating it. If you would pay attention, this is how much you can rotate your turret, right? So please don't get tricked, you can fully turn around and so on. It is not the case, and this is definitely worth thing to say before you will bash me in the comment section down below. Now, why do I like this tank so much, and why am I giving him this vehicle a good rating in the index page overall? Because this tank has mobility, this tank is just simply flexible vehicle, right? And as you can see, if you are feeling like your flank is kind of messed up, you can always escape, you can always go to the other side, and you can simply change your gameplay completely. And look at this beauty, fellas. We are beating the living crap out of the enemies like there is no tomorrow. Also, I have a high suspicion they have a gentleman who is sitting in this typical position. So let's try to blind fire him. I have a very high suspicion, fellas, someone is sitting right there, okay? So please keep this in mind. Unfortunately, but our team decided to be extremely aggressive, and I do not really think this is going to be a very good solution for this game. One thing to highlight as well with this tank, amount of the ammunition this tank has is not excellent, and it is not awesome, and this is not epic. So we started this game with a couple shots there and there, and now we have only 19 ammunition left. And if we are counting how much damage we can do 5.4 thousand damage. That's it. This is how much we can do damage if we are going to hit and connect every single shot of ours, which, let's get real, more likely not going to be the case. So once again, this is the thing to keep in mind, and we need to remember this. Meanwhile, I'm spotted. I truly think the C25 is sitting in this bush. Okay, doesn't really matter. We are going to go for another blind shot just like so. Wow, the C25. Okay, I think I do not know where he is. Interesting. Sneaky bugger, fellas. Very, very sneaky bugger. I do not really think he is sitting here, is he? But could he shoot me from somewhere elsewhere? Probably not. He should be in the same position. I need to try to eliminate him from the game. This is very important thing to say, fellas. Okay, T-34-85 decided to be aggressive. If the things will go well, maybe we will find a decent angle to punish him. Although we have some forces in the back, so maybe it's not that bad as I initially thought it is. Should I go for another blind? I'm afraid because we are losing our potential to do damage here, and this is completely understandable from our side, I believe. Anyways, relax, take it easy. We have all time in the World of Tanks, and at this point we simply need to be patient and we need to wait. In the worst case scenario, we can obviously spot for our team, but this is like worst case scenario, and I do not really want to go in front, at least not yet. And in the same time, I believe I do not need to highlight this E25 is pretty much absolutely amazing vehicle, right? E25 can he has simply better combination of the things. That's why the things are looking in this way. Meanwhile, we are okay, even though we are spotted. I believe our sniper schnitzels will be able to punish this cover 1S if he is going to overpeak, and this is exactly what I want to see. Meanwhile, we are returning to the same position, and once again we are here for a hunt. We are just simply waiting until enemies will mess up and until they are going to make something silly. Do I want to go for a blind shot? Fellas, my finger is twitching, okay? My finger is... I really want to shoot, but it is not the time yet. Or maybe it is the time. Skill, please make up your mind. Okay, how about that if we are going to close our eyes and we are going to go for a blind shot anyways? Let's do this. Interesting. Okay, as you can see, we are not hitting the C25. Do I want to go for another one for the sake of love? Actually, you know what? If I would be here, if the E25 would sit in the same position, probably I would get spotted after I shoot. So I do not really think it is worth to sit in the same position at this point. Maybe it would be so much better to return to the previous position where we played before and simply try to spot incoming forces, because enemies might try to do that, and once again we have mobility, we have flexibility in order to afford this and in order to do this. So let's do this. We have a great start by any means. This is not bad whatsoever. We are sitting on 2,700 combined, and you can look at this however you want. It is not horrible for us. It is not horrible for us. Meanwhile, we are getting spotted. That could mean E25 is sitting in this position over there. Fellas, this could mean E25 is sitting in that position, I guess. Okay, let's try to go up just like so. And we are sitting in a very nice bush. It's okay, fellas, we have all time in the World of Tanks. At this point, we just simply need to be patient and we need to wait until enemies will decide to be super aggressive for us. And eventually they will. It is a matter of the time. Now, the priority for us more likely is going to be... Oh, here we go. Aim, kaboom. Beautiful. At this point, we will try to do everything what is in our powers in order to burst this guy, right? This is exactly what we want to do, and this is exactly how we want to play the game. Who is spotting us? Definitely not this Fava. I believe we are getting spotted by the E25, who is sitting somewhere here. I do not really think anyone else could spot us. Could E25 sit in this position here? Maybe he could, but once again, it is way too risky for us to F our brain with that for now. And we are just waiting. We have a potential of doing another 3,000 damage, and enemies have pretty much 4,000 HP left, maybe a bit less than that. It's okay, fellas. Keep this in mind. In World of Tanks, you need to be very, very, very patient. If you are feeling like you want to go in front and make crazy pressure, especially when there is Estarva S1 in the back and you are losing the game, you need to get patient somewhere. And I have a very, very good solution. You are feeling like you want to make pressure and you think it is going to be a bad idea, but you still want to make pressure. Squeeze your balls, okay? This is how you can do the things, and after a couple of squeezes you will remember you should not make pressure whatsoever. Meanwhile, that's great, fellas. Look at this beauty. We are getting another couple of shots there, and that's great. And E25 decided to be aggressive. Beautiful. This is what we need to do. We need to kill this E25. Now we are feeling so much better. Well, we felt so much better until S1 killed us. S1 is sitting already somewhere over there, so we need to keep this in mind. Okay, S1 got us fair and square. No complaints, no regrets. Still great game. 4.4 thousand combined. Fellas, this is a solid performance. Let's teleport into the end of this game, and fingers crossed our team will be able to win this game. Although, I doubt it. And we are back, fellas, unfortunately with a defeat, but enemies deserve to win this game. This E25 was pain in the butt, so GG for this gentleman. Vaza farmed the hill, which was very, very good play as well. And S1 in the end of the day, he decided to make pressure and he managed to win the game for their team. We had two players who kind of played the game, and after that it was kind of meh. But it's okay, fellas, we did our best. We tried to do as much as we physically and possibly could, and looks like our baboon who wanted to buy bananas, he did 1.5 thousand damage as well, so it is not that bad whatsoever, right, fellas? Anyways, defeat, 14,000 profits, that's great, and it was very long game, so I'm very happy with this. Let's go for round number 2. And we are back, fellas. With round number 2, and we have mines, luckily winning spawn. One more thing which I forgot to mention about this tank is like a medium tank in a way, so that's pretty good thing. So you can feel relatively flexible. And fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do in this game, we are going to be relatively aggressive in the island. Why we are going to be relatively aggressive in the island? Because I think this is the right play for us, and I think we can get the most use this way. Unfortunately, we are not penetrating the comet, which is quite sad thing, but in the same time, nothing what we can change about this, and we spotted the Dicker Max. Dicker Max went for a world record to die first in the game, and he survived for 40 seconds. He is pretty damn close for a world record as well, so we need to give some appreciation for this gentleman. Meanwhile, Vaka, how are you doing? Beautiful shot to Vaka. He just got shotgunned. So 100 I smacked him once and we kind of finished him off. At this point, I think I am going to get involved as well, and I know the risk which I am taking, but I am willing to take the risk. And now we are going in front like there is no tomorrow. I am aware of this comet, but he's down to 2 shotables, so at this point we can simply cross like this. I hope he's not paying attention at the maxi map, and clearly he doesn't. And now we can smack him in the face or in the butt. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful call. Even though he's hitting us once, we do not mind this whatsoever. And now we need to go like this. Very nice, fellas. At this point, obviously, I believe I do not need to highlight this once again. I said that multiple times over. Playing in the mines, we are having a winning spawn. So what that basically means? That basically means we are going to win the game, right? This is very important thing to highlight, and this is how this map is working in general, so please keep this in mind. Meanwhile, Module 1 is bullying our Cromwell B, so for this guy we are going to load some gold ammunition for obvious reasons, and we will try to smack him once or twice in the back of the turret, and we are doing everything well. Do I feel like we played this game good? In my humble opinion, we played this game as aggressively as we physically and possibly could, considering this is a winning spawn for our team, right? So what we needed to do, we needed to get involved, and involved we did. Meanwhile, obviously I'm loading high explosive ammunition for the enemy paper tank, right? And in the same time we are going to do the same thing with Ergashem Borshik. He managed to smack us back, but to be fair with you, it literally doesn't matter just because we are winning this game in 3 minutes 10 seconds. Can you imagine, fellas? This is how World of Tanks is looking like. So there was a reason why I was excited in the previous game, because we actually had a long 10 minutes battle. Crazy. Meanwhile, fellas, remember, we have index page. We recently added new feature, which is tech trees, right? So whenever you are clicking here, it's easy to see the picture of the tanks you are grinding to, or you are planning to grind through. And remember, if you are clicking on the tank overall, you can find YouTube video easily, you can find field modifications, you can see equipment setup, you can see crew setup, you can see expectation values to get mark of excellence, and so on, so on. So if you never heard about index page, please check it out. It is free to use, and I hope it will help you, especially if you are a newer player in the World of Tanks. Meanwhile, we got the first class, 2.2 thousand damage, 700 assisting damage, which is always nice and always welcome. We are top by experience, we are second by the damage, and we made 16,000 credits in 3 minutes 17 seconds. Madness. Anyways, let's go for round number 3, shall we? And we are back with the round number 3, and round number 3 is looking quite a hard one, I would say. Okay, what do we have? We have a tier 9 matchmaking, so obviously we are in quite a disadvantage here for obvious reasons. We will use those trees as a cover, fellas, and please keep this in mind to knock down the trees so you can get a lot of use of them and they will behave like a camo for you, right? This is a very important thing to say, and a lot of people are forgetting to do this, and after that they are getting punished just because they did not knock the trees down. And now at this point, since we are playing in the against the higher tiers, all we need to do, we need to keep a bit of the distance, right? And in the same time, we need to wait until someone will try to overpeak here. I have no doubts enemies will try to do that eventually, although our 50DP prototype was the first one who will take one for the team, right? Greediness. Although, fellas, he had a time to say hi, so this is understandable, right? Obviously, all jokes aside, shit happens, everyone can make a mistake, and there is nothing what we can do about this, and there is nothing what this gentleman could change. Meanwhile, what we are going to do, we are using this beautiful position to get maximum use, and unfortunately Scorpion is finding a great angle to blind fire me. So kudos to him, that was a strong blind shot, and there is nothing what I could do about this, right? I got outplayed fair and square, and that was a very nice blind shot from this gentleman's side. Meanwhile, we have the cover 3 who decided to be aggressive, and obviously we are going to say hi for him, and so far the start of this game is definitely not ideal, but that's okay. We still have all time in the World of Tanks, right? All we need to do at this point, we need to see enemies making a bit of pressure like this. If enemies will make a decision to be aggressive, oh boys, this is going to be absolutely amazing. In the same time, I do not feel like being aggressive in any shape or in any form is going to help us, or it is going to make us happy, or it will bring some use for us. So we cannot do this. We need to be very, very, very passive in this situation, right? Obviously sniping from the back, which we are by the way doing now, but sniping from somewhere where T20 is could work as well, but in the same time it is a bit less rewarding, at least in my humble opinion. Centurions. So at this point, as you can see, enemies are making mistake, we are instantly smacking them. Enemies making mistake, we are instantly smacking them. And we are repeating the same situation as many times as we physically and possibly can. This is only one... Ooh! This is only one way how we can play this. I believe I do not need to highlight this. We are losing the game, okay? We are losing the game in humongous margin. And there is absolutely nothing what we can do about this. Arta incoming. Oh! Headshot! Ay, 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 ay. Well, hashtag never lucky for our guy. Obviously, it is not really funny for him. I can promise you that. But it is how it is. Nothing what he can change about this. This is World of Tanks for you. And once again, fellas, I would love to say he would have a chance to change this, but he does not. This is just how World of Tanks are looking like nowadays. Meanwhile, our tank got outspotted. Our tank, light tank, is dead. He is thinking about making a bit of pressure. Unfortunately, I'm bouncing him. Hashtag never lucky. Can we smack this guy to death? Answer is no. Why the heck not? And yeah, fellas, the death is coming for us. I repeat, the death is coming for us, unfortunately. 2 to 13 situation. Nothing. I repeat, nothing what we could change about this. Quick highlight, why enemies are winning this game. If you would pay attention at the matchup, we have a MX 5120 who can't play hold down. Enemies have ML2. We have a Z120 who cannot play hold down, right? And enemies have Centurion 7/1. In my opinion, matchmaking system is completely broken and you cannot balance. You cannot give one team Centurion and Emil and other team AMX 5120 and Vaza 120. You cannot do that just because one team has gun depression and other team do not have gun depression. This is a humongous big fat middle finger for our team. But once again, you know, Wargaming knows what they are doing, and remember to buy premium tanks, right? So, when we have this out of the way, we lost 33,000 credits because I was shooting a lot of gold ammunition. We have only 1.4 thousand damage, and in the tier 9 matchmaking, we are second by the damage. This is nuts, this is crazy, but this is how it is looking like. Meanwhile, after 3 games, our performance is 2.1 thousand damage and 700 assisting damage, and I am feeling pretty happy with my performance and what I have done in this game. Honestly, I think we played well. So fellas, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you are very, very well entertained, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.